Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to play with our friend Supergirl, and we may talk about yesterday's Supergirl episode a bit. We'll see how it goes. Although I'm going to try not to spoil anything. I guess to get started, I'll just say this one thing. Long live the Legion. Basically, I really enjoyed yesterday's episode. Usually, I enjoy Supergirl when it's when it's a superhero show, as opposed to when they cry and cry and cry because of some sort of a relationship issue. There was a bit of relationship stuff yesterday with Lena Luthor and James Olsen, but it wasn't too bad, and we had plenty of. Oh yeah, long live the Legion. If you saw yesterday's episode, you know what we are talking about. Yesterday's Supergirl episode, I mean. There is one scene that we see in the trailers that was really cheesy or clunky. Especially the way they did it, is the scene where we actually first see them in their suit, and then they show their Legion ring to the camera. That was very clunky the way they did that. But I appreciate a good cheesy scene from time to time, so I gave them a pass for that. Let's go play the vault while everyone gets logged in, and then we'll get started in just a bit. Tonight, yeah, that's true, Fire Soul. Tonight we have the Flash and we have Black Lightning. Hello, Real Time King.
Welcome, welcome, one and all, to Joker's Room of Fun, Mayhem, and Prizes. What will it be? Something to flatten your opponents? Or just some useless crap?
Hello, Dominic.
You pays your money and you takes your chances.
Hello, the Zeta 9000.
Get your prizes.
Are you related to Al 9000? Or is it just a coincidence? They don't want to make a Batman TV show. Basically, the thinking at Warner seems to be that Batman is too valuable a property to make movies. They don't want to waste it to make a silly TV show, sadly. They seems to think that they're going to make more money if they have Batman in the movies, and also they seems to think that they're going to make our little friend Crypto here, and they seems to think that they're going to make more money with a Batman movie if you cannot see Batman on the small screen. So I guess the one part of the thinking would be that if you have a Batman TV show, then you may decide not to go see the Batman movie because you can see the Batman TV show for free on your TV screen. It's an old Hollywood thinking that sadly. Oh, was it a Prime? Okay, I should have thought of that. So basically, it's old Hollywood thinking that if you have Batman on the small screen for free, people are not going to pay to see it on the big screen. I guess with the Flash, they don't see it as a commodity as valuable as Batman. So we can have a TV Flash and a movie Flash. Also, all things considered, the TV Flash was there before, and the TV Flash is pretty popular. But the popular thinking, the old Hollywood thinking is pretty much that if you have something for free on TV, people are not going to go to the theaters to see it. So, and right now they seems to think that Batman is much more valuable for them in the theaters. Are we going to see the Batman in the Gotham TV show? I have no idea. I suspect if we ever see the Batman in the Gotham TV show, it's going to be like they did with Smallville with Superman. It's going to be like the last frame of the film or of the series, and that's going to be it. I could be wrong. I hope. I would be wrong. But and also knowing that Disney bought Fox, we can pretty much expect that this is going to be the last season of Gotham. I strongly doubt that they will keep on making Gotham if Disney own Fox, or at least the Fox assets. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I wish they would make a Batman TV show so that we could have Batman every week. But instead we have Arrow. So you take what you can. I know that some people complain that Arrow is too much like Batman, but sadly, that seems to be the only way we're ever going to have a Batman TV show, at least for a while. Alright, depends what you want. If you want some gear, purchase the Anti-Monitor gear. Although I seem to recall, I think your character was level 16. Am I mistaken? If you're level 16, just purchase the style. Yeah, there's the exhibit style. That's really nice. If you purchase the style, maybe you would want to purchase some of the components you need to craft the enhanced version. Although with 50 crowns, yeah, you could buy maybe 2 pieces of style at best. Personally, I would suggest Crypto the Super Dog, which you saw in my Supergirl base, but he's a little more expensive than 50 crowns. If you like Crypto, save your crowns and buy Crypto is what I would suggest. If not, purchase either you purchase one of the Anti-Monitor pieces of gear, or you purchase two styles for the Exhibit Origin style. I made a video about the Exhibit Origin style, so you can see if you like the style. If you like the style, purchase some of that on the vendor. The kid playing Bruce, I think is 17, 18. I think Bruce is supposed to be like 16 in the show, but the actor is like 1 or 2 years older, I think. Yeah, there's going to be a show called Krypton on Sci-Fi. We saw a first trailer, or was it a teaser? I forget. No, Crypto is only a decoration for your base. If you want help for PvP or PvE, then buy the Anti-Monitor gear. With 50, you could buy 2 pieces of gear if you buy the gloves and the boots. Or you could buy one of the big piece, like the chest, for I think it's 45. So no, if you want help in PvE, then purchase the Anti-Monitor gear. Although early on in the game, it's not going to help you for much. Although what you could do is that you could purchase some Anti-Monitor gear. Do not open it just yet. Wait until your character is level 30, and then open that gear. That could be an option, I suppose. Yeah, the gear will be limited to your level, which is why I'm saying maybe you could wait until you're level 30 before you actually open it. Like, you can purchase it right now. Nothing stops you from purchasing it right now. And once you reach level 30, then you could open it, and it would give you some gear to get started once you reach level 30. Yeah, I should summon my little robot. Yeah, it would have been cool to have an arc enemy. When I was starting playing this universe online, you remember once you reach level 30, there was one mission in the Hall of Doom or in the Watchtower where you meet actually another exobyte, another character that got their powers thanks to the exobytes. I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought they had somehow selected a... That will show you how naive I was at first, or how much credit I gave the devs. I thought they had used one of the character players as an NPC to make it our nemesis, sort of. Like, for example, let's say my Supergirl, once she reached level 30 and did that mission where you fight a character that was empowered by exobytes, I thought I was fighting, let's say, Dominique's character, and Dominique's character could have become Supergirl's nemesis or something. Like, I thought they were going to introduce some sort of nemesis system where one of the enemy players would become your nemesis. Sadly, it was just a generic NPC that once I did the mission with multiple characters, I came to realize that, oh no, okay, it's just a generic NPC that they created for that specific mission. My heart was broken in 1,000 pieces, but I got better since then. I have too much stuff again. Let's go for France. I don't think they'll ever do that. There's a flaw in that is that what happens when the player never plays anymore? What happens if the player deletes his account at some point? The must-have for a lair? The teleporter. That's the first thing you should have. It's very convenient to be able to go everywhere. The only drawback is that you have to purchase the teleporter on the marketplace. Then I guess you could start getting the amenities, but for the amenities, you can pretty much get them all for free if you gather all the collections for that. I should probably make a video about that at some point. I guess I was a bit lazy and didn't want to do those videos, but I guess I really should do that. But yeah, Rogue's gallery thingy could have been fun. But again, if you involve players, the system is flawed because you don't know what players will do. You don't know if players will keep on playing forever, or if they'll give up on the game at some point. Need for Speed Deluxe Edition? That must have been pricey.
Good job reverting those people.
Right now, I haven't really worried about the artifacts so much. At some point, I am going to have to upgrade the artifacts on my characters. But right now, I've just... the thing is, before the holidays, once we learned that we would get a new artifact, I did not upgrade my artifacts anymore because I thought that in some cases I would probably switch artifacts. Here, I'm not sure if... And also, oh yeah, there's the second artifact slot that we don't have just yet. So right now, I'm not worrying too much about the artifacts, but yeah, I really should be getting at least the crafting material I need in order to be able to increase the strength to break through. Like, I need diverse catalyst, obviously. I don't need a PvP artifact. The artifact works whether you play PvE or PvP. As far as I know, these are not PvE exclusive items. So let's say 7,000 health and 500 dominance. My character would have that in PvP as well. The same here. So your artifacts are good for PvE and PvP as far as I know. Of course, I didn't play PvP with those artifacts just yet. So if they do get disabled somehow, I'm not aware of that. But I strongly suspect they're not going to be disabled in PvP. It's going to give an incentive to everyone to get those artifacts. And it's going to be an incentive to everyone to upgrade those artifacts, even PvP player, especially PvP player, I suppose. My controllers can do fine. There was this mission yesterday look at yesterday's live stream if you get the chance. There was a mission that we played, an 8-player mission that we played at some point, and I ended up like third. We had like me, maybe one tank or two, and a whole bunch of DPS, and I ended up being like a third in DPS. So yeah, it can you can do some good damage with controller. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to do as much damage with a controller than you do as a DPS. But you can still do fine using a controller character. Yeah, I was playing. No, I was playing. I was playing my Green Lantern yesterday, so I was using the Green Lantern powers. There was a time eons ago when we first got Weapon Mastery. It wasn't rare that I would be top DPS or close to the top using my mental or quantum characters. Basically, thanks to Weapon Mastery, I was able to do a whole lot of damage, even as a controller. So that allowed me to outperform some DPS a lot of time. But then, of course, later on we got the advanced mechanics, and that pretty much put the DPS back on top at the time. But there are cycles through the games. There were times when I was doing little damage as a controller. Then there was times when I was doing a lot of damage as a controller. So it's a cycle. DCU Jason Todd? I have no idea. I guess it depends on what their upcoming plans are. We should get some news soon. I won't say any more than that, but we should get some sort of announcement soon about what's coming up.
Those devices are a danger to everyone. Seeing as how
Hello, Azulon.
exabyte-enabled heroes
Oh,
are
yeah.
the key to
Are you
pushing
here?
back the
Oh.
anti-monitor. Head back to the base and check in.
Well, let's invite you to group then. Well, let's give you a little bow because we can. Well, thank you, Fire Soul. Kryptonian, you could go with a whole bunch of L, or it could be a Valzad or something. It depends on is your character a hero, a villain? We have a nice Power Girl here. Well, let's give her a little bow. And why stop with just a bow? A thumbs up could be good too. She looks really nice. We don't have Red Hood just yet, but who knows? Someday we might. Well, as a hero, he still could be called Zod. There is this Superman character that's called Valzad. Yeah, that's a cool looking look. How dare you wear the Joker colors? That's so mean. Oh. Well, the leaderboard, it works pretty much individually. Like each character, you can see how much damage they made. But as a rule, if you play controller, I would say don't worry too much about how much damage you make. Worry about debuffing the enemies and giving power to your group and shielding your group if need be to avoid some sort of to avoid a wipe. Like you'd be surprised at how much a group shield properly timed can save a group from wiping.
The authorized number of trading marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art.
No, I forgot I had so few marks. I'm so sad now. I guess I won't buy any other crypto with her. So let's get out of here. Yeah, but each city, each map they have to create requires a lot of work. So yeah, it would be nice if they would recreate the entirety of the DC Universe online. Oh, he's got the speed medal back. Oh, look at you. So yeah, it would be nice if they did the entire DC Universe, but not really an option. Oh, Azulon is actually my level, so we could play duos together. Ah, come on. Evil menu is lagging. There we go. Let's give our friend a choice in what he wants to play. Pay as well in terms of... If you mean in terms of reward, you get the same reward no matter what role you play. So whatever reward you get in a mission, controller, DPS, tank, everyone gets more or less the same thing. There are some rewards that you're gonna have to roll on, but as a rule of thumb, well, players not knowing what they're doing is something that happens quite a lot, especially, and even you'd be surprised at how often it happens with older players. But also, a lot of players have a set way that they think you have to play the game. So often players will learn to play the game one way, and they seem to think that the one way that they know is the only way you can play the game. So when you try to suggest a way that's different than the way they're used to playing, especially if they're used to playing with their leagues or something, if you try to suggest that there are other ways they can be playing the very same mission, sadly sometimes people aren't very receptive to that.
Against manhunter programming can result only in death.
So usually I try not to get angry. I try to explain. I try to explain if I think I can explain it to someone, I'll try to. But again, it depends also on the situation. Sadly, sometimes giving explanation or advice that are not solicited usually leads to a bit of drama. So it's a case-by-case scenario. If it's something that doesn't stop us from progressing and completing the mission, I just don't care and I don't say anything. If it's something that could easily be fixed, then I'll see if we can fix it. The comment that I probably say the most when things don't work so well is when let's say you're playing with a healer and the healer is not healing at all, or if the controller is not giving any power at all. Usually when that happens, I'll say something like why no heal, or why no
They've gotten past the Manhunter. Seal the doors and keep them away from the power battery.
It happens. You'd be surprised at how often people say, switch to DPS, we don't need a controller. Sometimes it happens by mistake, or I'm not sure how to exactly say that. And the tank is even worse. I've been playing with tanks a bit lately, especially the anniversary event, and you'd be surprised how many times people tell me switch to DPS, we don't need a tank. So sadly, playing a tank doesn't seem to be something people want. Right now I'm using ice, but I'm using pretty much a Kryptonian build. Oh.
Destroy that power battery!
Sorry guys, I was a little distracted. Yeah, I'm using ice powers and I'm using brawling. And I thought we could do this mission with 2 DPS, but I think I'll stick to... Although this probably was the worst of it, let's switch back to DPS. I'll switch back to tank if I have to. The weapon I like more is probably end blasters. The reason for that is somewhat simple. You can use it as a ranged weapon, and you can use it as a melee weapon if you really need to. So it's pretty good to attack from range. It's pretty good to go into melee and use it almost as brawling. So I kind of like the versatility that the weapon gives me. And also during the time that we had the weapon mastery, the weapon masteries you could get with end blasters were pretty good, I thought. The best base items, it depends on what you like. Personally, I really love the orrery of the multiverse. I'm probably mispronouncing that a lot. Ah, crap. I was reading the chat too much. And our friend Azulon, I guess he's not seeing. Oh well. The Brainiac deployment data, I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I would have to see it to be able to answer that. Because we have a whole bunch of Brainiac stuff. The Defenders, the TV show, you mean? I didn't like it very much. Well, yeah, for decoration, the Orrery of the Multiverse is probably one of my favorite items. Although there's a whole bunch of items. The Flash-based items are awesome. The Batman items are awesome. The... what else? Yeah, farming artifact materials, that's a good way to make money. It's pretty popular right now, especially considering that we got a whole bunch of new artifacts that just were added to the game. So a lot of people need those catalysts to be able to break through their artifacts. So yeah, farming for catalyst right now is a good move. No, I didn't mind the hand, although they were pretty lame overall the way they had them. But overall, the hand should have been good villains. Who doesn't like ninjas? But the way they've made the hand, it was pretty lame. It wasn't so much the hand as the way it was done in the show that didn't really work. And also the main evil guys, the bosses of the hand, those are the ones who are not really very compelling. But the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of the Jessica Jones character, so I didn't really like her very much. Iron Fist was pretty god-awful even in his own show. Luke Cage, I kind of like the character. I didn't like the Luke Cage series though, but the character is fine. I really liked him. The only one I really liked in the Defenders was Daredevil, and even then I was lukewarm about the first season of the Daredevil TV show. It's only with the second season that I really started appreciating him. Blue Beetle in game? I have no idea. I don't think we'll ever see Blue Beetle, and if we do see Blue Beetle, I think it's going to be the newer Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Ah, good, Shayar. Good for you. Sadly, right now you cannot really get the Superman emblem. There's a few. I made a video very recently, so you could look at that to see some of the alternatives. There's basically a few alternatives you could use. The Superboy hoodie, the Superman hoodie. I guess the better option right now, if you don't have the BVS Superman emblems, the better options right now are pretty much the tier 2 set of gear. I forget the name. The House of El Warsu. So if you want a Superman emblem, that's pretty much what you should use. Of course, if you're higher level, then you could use the Fallen God set of gear. That could work too. No. Well, let's see. Sometimes there's a box in here. Oh, no box. I'm so sad. Do you have a character in mind? I assume, since you're asking about the Superman emblem, is it a Superman type character? The reason is pretty easy to understand. Oh, our friend is using the Superman hoodie just for you, I think.
Under our boots for interfering with our rings. You don't listen, do you, Sinestro?
Well, you can already recreate a pretty good Superman, a really good Spider-Man right now in DC Universe Online, so you don't really need a Spider-Man power. But if they were to add some, sure, why not? As for the armor, you guys probably remember we had the Earth 3 DLC fairly recently. And they had a new model in the Earth 3 DLC for the evil Ultraman. If you look closely, you'll notice that the model for Superman and Ultraman pretty much the same with just a few tweaks. So I wouldn't be surprised if once they did the models for the evil crime syndicate of America, if they decided, hey, let's upgrade Superman at the same time. It was probably just a matter of reusing the Ultraman asset and tweaking it a bit. So I would suspect that is why they've upgraded Superman first. But in the long run, we know that they are going to upgrade all their characters. So don't worry. In the long run, they will upgrade Batman. They will upgrade everyone. The Superwoman emblem, that's a good option, of course. I can't really say because I haven't played Earth enough. Atomic is pretty good. The thing I like about Atomic is that it's pretty much self-sufficient.
I can taste your fear. Delicious.
Salut Diane. So with Atomic, you can pretty much survive thanks to you get basically a whole bunch of healing with Atomic, so you can pretty much survive quite a lot. With Earth, I'm told it's really powerful, but I have to admit I haven't played with Earth enough to really know. So I would have to try it more to be able to give you a real answer. But from what I understand, Earth is really good. From my experience, Atomic seems to be really good. So either is probably a good option. Oh yeah, we were supposed to play Age of Justice. I got distracted because of the evil Supergirl TV show. It was so good that it made me want to play Supergirl. There's a few complaints that a lot of people have about the community, and depending on which kind of player you are, your complaints will be different. One thing that's been pretty much constant for a long time is that people have been complaining that the community are scrubs, for lack of a better word. But usually also something else that comes up a lot is that
Face the fear! What have you done to our rings, lanterns?
no, let's go for the mark of victory.
The yellow light destroys you.
Sinestro won't get far. His ring's almost out. Thanks for the hand.
Sinestro!
We'll take it from here.
So complaints will be either that the players are scrubs, or that players are pretty toxic, depending on whom you ask. But overall, yeah, a lot of people don't seem to like the DCUO community overall.
Power battery!
I'm very surprised we still have all those little guys. Yeah, I could save Superman 1 million using Atomic. I saw some episodes of Smallville. Basically, I saw the first season, and then I only saw a handful of episode in the following seasons for various reasons. I'm not sure I would blame the little kids. Oh, there he is. Well, let's go play. Oh. Aww. Thought we could get a catalyst, but our friend seems to be locked. We'll give him an option. Unless, I don't know if there's a fourth player who would like to join us. So personally, I don't have. Oh, a nice Daredevil. Personally, I don't have any problems with kids so far. The only kids I had problems with were in their mid 20s, early 30s. So I wouldn't really blame kids at this point. I haven't had bad experience with kids so far. Well, I kind of like the tech layer. So Eric, sadly, I guess I'm going to try to play the Riddle with Crime a bit later, either later in the stream or maybe later tonight. We'll see. Hello, DCUO Specialized. So I guess now we're stuck waiting. That stinks. Let's try something crazy. Oh, we can't. Oh, I'm so sad. Actually, let's try something crazy. The tech backup, I think they're robots. I would have to check. It's been a while. Yeah, Eric, I'll try to show Age of Justice in a bit. I'm going to try to play a mission or two with our friend Beyonder. Uh, Before the end of the stream, I'll try I'll switch to my Multiverse character and I'll try to show you the Age of Justice. So right now we're at 45 minutes in. So maybe at an hour and a half, I'll switch to Age of Justice. How does that sound? Oh, you're welcome, Dominic. I have a video, Dominic, about all the layers and the backups. So you could give that a try, I suppose. That takes too long. Let's try something else. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't realize our friend Beyonder was combat rating 195. Ah, that'll be fun. Well, the name thing comes from various things. Obviously, they want people to have different names.
This is Batman. Ace Chemicals is the source of the Joker's toxin. T.O. Morrow created it, and he's taken over the entire factory to create his insane mutations. I'm still vulnerable from the last dose of Morrow's toxin, but you should have immunity. Take down Morrow's operation, so we can clean up his madness and create a more effective antidote.
But also, when they started DC Universe Online, they were pretty much dead set into preventing people from creating iconic characters. So the argument would be that they...
It's over for Chemo.
The argument would be that if they allowed you to create a character called Batman, we would end up with a billion Batman in the game, and there should be only one Batman in the DC universe. So early on, they were trying really hard to prevent us from recreating iconic characters. But also, at the end of the day, everyone needs to have a distinctive name to be able to tell everyone apart. So sadly, that's where a lot of the name thingy comes from.
What are you doing here? I don't recall sending out invitations. My hair is a wreck, this place is a mess. I'm at a crucial stage in creating the life of tomorrow. I don't have the time to kill you right now. I'll just have to enjoy your demise from the safety of my lab. Security!
Just kidding. Just kidding. Crime.
Oh, we broke the barrel. I'm so sad. A ninja doing the moonwalk? Oh, that's her first thing.
Speaking. Begin extracting Chemo's essence into the maturation vats. Oh, and security. Our guests haven't been exterminated yet. Distill them down and add them to the mix when they're ready.
The affinity mode. I'm not sure. You have to put 20 base items, I think, to trigger it. If you're talking about what I think.
For this. Oh, why hit so hard?
Attention, activating the primary extract purification tank.
Well, I guess you would have to bring your PS4 with you, or your PC. Although if you play on PC, I suppose you could install the game on pretty much any PC in the world. So you would be able to play anywhere you want. You just log in to you install DC Universe Online on the whatever PC you have access to.
Attention, stand clear.
And then you just log into your account, I suppose. Never done it myself, but I assume that's how it works. I probably should have picked up the briefings earlier. Oh well. Or investigation, I should say in this case.
Experiment 037. They happily destroy themselves for the so-called gang. Incredible.
I think I missed one of your tell. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by affinity mod. I would have to look it up.
Security! Keep these fools distracted and away from that valve. Nothing must disturb the chemical process.
Costas, just wait until I go back to my base, and I'll look it up. Shouldn't be too long. I'll do it after this mission.
Kill them already. My chemicals are at a crucial stage.
Hello, Most. No, I don't think they should change the event. What happens if you miss out the event? Like, let's say the anti-monitor event was different this year. What happens if you weren't playing the event last year? You would have missed out on the event. So no, I don't think they should change it. If they tweak it or add to it, fine. But they shouldn't change it. They should allow people, they should leave it. Heck, I wish they would leave the event all year long. Like, I wish the anti-monitor event wasn't so much an event as an actual DLC.
I combined a skin sample from the creature clay.
So I would leave it as a permanent DLC, and maybe once a year make it an event so that everyone can have access.
Psychotic.
Was good, eh?
Because again, if they remove the event and put a new event in place, what about all those who weren't there when the event was originally there?
And die already! Security! Take them out! prepping the final chemo component extraction.
Well, we know we do have the Starro event coming up. We know there's the Valentine seasonal coming up. So that's right now. That's really all we know. We know that they're really close to telling us what their upcoming plans are for 2018. Meps mentioned as much on the forums how he would like to launch the live stream or the update to mention what the update is going to be, and he's the one who wants to mention it the most to everyone. But we don't know just yet what we're going to get for 2018, what the plans are yet for 2018. I suspect before the end of the month we are going to get a live stream telling us what we're going to get in 2018. But right now there's no real information. All we can really do right now is guess. Or the only thing we really know, again, is I mentioned we have the Valentine seasonal coming up in February, and we have the Star event coming up. Is it in May, April? I forget. Is it May? Okay, makes sense. That bugs me. I keep on hearing that, so let's consume it.
Camo notes. This creature is an
Well, it's a once a year thing, so it's not too big a deal. And I guess by having it being an event, it makes sure that everyone needs it. Everyone is going to play it. But even then, like already, the event has been what, 2 weeks on live, and already finding groups to play the shadow mission is a little challenging right now.
Attention. Activating the secondary extract purification tank.
Oh.
Attention. Stand clear of the distillation unit door.
My clown nose.
I've heard a lot of rumors about the cross-platform thing. The only cross-platform we have really right now is between PS4 and PC. There's rumors that there's going to be some cross-platform between US and European servers. I have no idea if that is true or not. Is it something they're going to implement once PS3 is no longer supported? Could be.
This is Batman.
The truth is, we don't really know just yet. But all those rumors about the US servers and European servers merging, again, no idea if there's any truth to that. I suspect if there is any truth to that, then I guess that might lead to some name reclaim, seeing how there's people on the US servers and people on the European servers that uses the same name. But if you mean crossplay as in with Xbox, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. The thing is, eons ago, Sony wanted to have crossplay with Xbox, but at the time, Xbox was the best selling platform out there. They didn't want to do it. Then when PS4 started being the better selling platform and Xbox not so much, then Xbox wanted to merge. But then PS3 did not want to do it. So well, you could recreate your character base in real life. Ben Affleck recreated the Batcave in his basement. So if Ben can do it, you can do it. Of course, you probably would need a few millions to do it, but you could do it. I'm going to switch character after this mission, so I guess not. I guess I'm going to choose the punchline sign. What say you? But Sherian, I'm going to play some Riddle with Crime missions afterwards. So if you have the correct combat rating to play Riddle with Crimes, sure we could.
Parts here and brought in by the Joker gang members, I've created the most darling force of destruction.
Could have sworn I heard something else here. 129, I don't think you have access to Riddle with Crime with that. So unless I'm mistaken, I'm very sorry about that. To watch the GOH Gamers video about the players are non-existent or the server merge. I guess I'll look it up after the stream.
Disengage the siphons.
I'll give it a look when I get the chance. Right now, we don't really know anything other than the support for the PS3 is going to stop. Oh, let's put an end to our friend Chemo. Poor Chemo. Again, if Ben can do it, so can you. Although I don't think Ben has a T-Rex in his Batcave. Or does he? Yes, I do have a video about the Dark Spectre suit. Technically I have more than one, but yes, I did make at least one such video. And from what I understand about the Dark Spectre, there might be a way eventually to be able to purchase it for our alternate characters. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see about that. Let's go for the hand blasters. The pirate update from 2016. I have to admit, no idea what you're talking about. If there was such an update, I was completely oblivious to it. So let's give a bow to our old friend.
Experiment 505. Initial attempts to engineer some sort of mild Joker toxin immunity has had quite an unexpected result. Subjects now completely reliant on it for.
I don't disagree with you, J-Rod. The thing is, PlayStation Network doesn't want to have crossplay with Xbox right now. It has nothing to do with DC Universe Online. It has to do with PlayStation Network. I'll show it to you with my multiverse character Costa, so it'll be simpler. So let's see the multiverse. I'm not sure if I even have the pirate style. It's probably something we get from the summer seasonal. And I don't think I have all the styles from the summer seasonal. So it could be that I don't even have the pirate thingy, which is why I didn't notice the change in the style. Oh well. So let's take a first look at the mods that our friend has been asking. Okay, you mean those mods here? Ah, that's simple enough to answer. I don't have. I'm in the wrong base. I'm so sad. Let's switch base. Well, there was for doing what Batman does in real life. There was this guy Phoenix Jones who decided to become a real life superhero. Okay, so for the Affinity mods, you may have seen I have basically I have a whole bunch of them. Those mods are mods that go with in order to be able to have those mods. In order for those mods to work, you need some elite gear. Usually you have a double thingy. Like this is what those mods actually do. But in order for the mods to actually do anything, you have to equip some elite gear. If you equip one piece of elite gear, you'll activate one mod. If you get no, if you get two pieces of elite gear, if you get four pieces of elite gear, if you get six pieces of elite gear, and in order for all four mods to actually work, you have to be wearing 8 pieces of elite gear. Oh, you have no choice, J-Rod. You cannot disagree. It's forbidden. But seriously, I understand what you mean. For the mods themselves, if you want to purchase them, if you go all the way down into your R&D vendor, you'll see the mods are right here. So you can see the Type A mods, Type B mods, Type C mods, and Type D mods. Again, those mods will only work if you're wearing some elite gear, and depending on the amount of elite gear pieces you're wearing, that is what actually activates those mods. So not only must you activate your generator, your power cells, and all that crap, but also you have to be wearing elite pieces of gear in order for the mods to even work. So if you want those mods to actually work, you have to use elite gear. It's that simple. So now let's go to the watchtower. Oh, the Brave and the Bold, of course. The elite gear, it depends. At some point in time, you had to run certain missions. You had to run elite missions and hope that the elite gear would drop. At other times, you had, and right now you have to purchase the elite gear from vendors. I'll show it to you. Where's the closest one? I guess I'm gonna have to go to Earth 3. Eric, I'm going to go to Earth 3 quick, and then we're going to go. Actually, Riddle with Crime does have some elite gear, so let's go there. Ah, yes, the nostalgia. When you start being nostalgic about this universe online, it might be a sign that you've been playing it for too long, my friend. Which I am, so I'm talking about me here. So basically, the elite gear. Nowadays, you can actually purchase it from there's this little guy here. I guess we have to go all the way down. Come on, come on. Ah, there we go. So for some of the elite gear, like our friend here is selling elite gear. In order to be able to get elite gear, you need cooperative renown with Goons of Gotham. I'll show you in just a second what it actually means. And for the elite gear, obviously you have a DPS set of gear, and you have a role set of gear. In this case, it's a controller set of gear. If you're a controller, you're going to see a controller set of gear. If you're a healer, you're going to see a healer set of gear. And if you're a tank, you're going to see a tank set of gear. Oh yeah, the Brave and the Bold, lots of nostalgia in there. That's fueled by 1000% pure nostalgia. So, and how do you get trusted renown with Goons of Gotham? You have to play the elite. Oh, that's a nice powering. You have to play the. For those who were asking about a nice Superman emblem, yeah, you have an example right here. This is about as nice as you can get right now in this universe online. Sadly, you have a whole bunch of red lines all over the place, and there's nothing really you can do about that. So for the renown thingy, you have to play elite mission. It's pretty much that simple. If we look here, as you can see, I'm a slacker. I haven't played elite in so long. It's a bit sad. But you need some elite renown with the Goons of Gotham in order to be able to purchase the elite gear. The same is true with the Age of Justice, and the same is true with the New Justice Underground. Oh yeah, it's not Riddle with Crime. It's Age of Justice I should go to. Let's go back. And for lower DLC, for a lower CR, you had to play various missions in order to be able to get some elite content. some elite gear. Like if we look through the on-duty menu real quick, if we look through 4-player missions, there you go. Like you have various elite missions. Rip in Time would give you some elite gear. Desecrated Cathedral Elite would give you some elite gear. The Demon's Plan would give you some elite gear. So there's a whole bunch of elite missions that would give you some elite gear. And I think Age of Justice also has elite gear. Let's go see. I'm going to start with the War-Torn Village. Basically, when you use the teleporter, you have two options: the War-Torn Village or the Area 51 area. The Time-Torn Area 51. I knew I would be able to say it at some point. So let's go to the War-Torn Village. Why do I go there first? Force of habit. There's the weekly bounties that you can do there. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why to go there first. Been a while since I've been here though. So again, this little guy here, he's actually selling elite gear as well. If we go all the way down, so again, in this case, you need trusted renown with elite allied forces. So again, you have to, in order to be able to gain renown, you have to play some elite missions. So in this case, it would be like Justice for All Elite and Ultimate Soldiers Elite. But in order to be able to play the Ultimate Soldiers, you have to play the Ultimate Soldier first. And they share the same loot lock. So 1 week you would play the Ultimate Soldier, and then the next week you would play the Elite Ultimate Soldier. Which is probably why I didn't play Elite all that much. But also the few times I tried, especially at level, if you wanted to play Elite, you pretty much had to form a
Our side is
group.
working hard to fend off all of the enemy. We can do it with someone of your.
Just queuing with Elite with random characters or random players, that was pretty much a nightmare.
And the Allies treat me like a prisoner.
So we've already got this one. Let's
We
start.
need your help protecting this here castle or keep
Oh,
or
I
whatever the
think
heck
I
you
hear
call it.
something.
Support our troops by protecting our immediate perimeter.
Oh yeah. Sadly, you need a full group. Yeah, that's what I thought. So even at 223, I'm nowhere near strong enough to try to solo those bounties. So sadly, you have to get a group to do those bounties, and getting a group right now is probably challenging. So I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend trying to solo those bounties. Let's see if people are asking. Ideally, you want to looking for group. See if people are looking for people to do the Age of Justice bounties. And sadly, right now, the bounties that people are doing, you can see here, are like the Crime Syndicate bounties, like Ultraman and all that good stuff. There's one thing, well, there's a few things you can do, I guess, in here. Like here, there's a 411 mission that you can do. Those guys are a little tougher than I remember.
Enemy spotted.
I think I made a loadout for gadget controller, but yeah, I could see if I can come up with something for gadget DPS. technically, in the long run, I should be covering all the powers, but a lot of video needs to be made, and there's only so many videos I can make, so I guess it will take a while before I manage to do that. No more Mr. Nice Guy. There is a way that you can come in disguised as an evil savage soldier, but let's do it the hard way, because we can. No, I'm on YouTube. I do have a Twitch account. When I started doing live streams, I was doing them on Twitch. I've been toying with the idea of doing live streams on Twitch once more, so I'll probably try and do that. So most, I guess, are you watching me from PS4? Is that where you're looking at the live stream from? Oh, okay. I see. Because I've seen a lot of new viewers that seems to come from PS4 somehow. I receive a lot of messages about people looking at my content on PS4, it seems. Which is all kinds of awesome. That's probably why it's been growing a bit faster for a while. The community has been growing faster for a while, which is much appreciated always. So as you can see, if you have just one friend, much easier than by yourself. Technically, you should be able to do it by yourself, but it's a little more challenging solo. So ideally, eons ago, I would just go around and fight a whole bunch of enemies until I got my 411 enemies. We're not gonna do that today. I've done that. I've done that too many times in the past. Not today. So you can see here, there's this little thingy here that allows you to disguise yourself as a savage soldier. So if somehow you want to go click on the thingies without being attacked by the savage soldiers, you just disguise yourself as one of them, and then you can click on any thingy you like. The savage soldiers are your friends. As you can see right here, that's my little friend. Oh, and he has his little robot arm. That's so cute. But of course, if you don't want to transform into soldiers for reasons, you don't have to. You can do the mission fine without using the disguise. But it is, guys, just make the mission much easier. So here we have the evil tank. And there should be a whole bunch of guys spawning here. Yeah, I should probably try to come up with a system to be able to play with people. The problem, there's a few challenges behind that. One of those is that not everyone has the same combat rating. So trying to get people together that are like, some will be combat rating 10, some will be combat rating 125. How do you match all those people together? The easiest solution is to play the event missions. But it would be nice to find a way to be able to say, I don't know, on Friday nights, let's say on Monday, we're playing with people combat rating 40. Tuesday, we're playing with people combat rating 60. Friday, we're playing with people combat rating 228. I guess I'm done with the tanks, or am I? I guess I'm done. Now I'm almost done for tonight. I'm just going to finish a mission or two here, and then I'll go to the War-Torn map, and I'll probably be done for tonight.
Great work. You're Black Hawk material if I ever saw it.
Or I should say I'll be done for now. I'll try to do Dawa. I'm not sure what Dawa is. I think I may have missed a comment or two. So in some missions, if you're a bit stealthy, I was about to say if you're a bit stealthy, you don't have to fight the commandos. That what I mean? Okay, I'll have to look it up because I have no idea what that is. I do not have or play or it's a lot of people invite me to play Fortnite, even though I never made a video about Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I didn't even know what Fortnite was until not that long ago. So I don't play Fortnite at all. So I'm always surprised that a lot of people invite me to play that, even though I don't play it. I guess they're trying to tell me that maybe I should play it.
Destroy them.
Hello, Derpy.
We are stronger.
So let's see, one more mine. Come on, come on. So we're pretty much done here. Technically, we should be doing the bounties, but for the bounties, you have to use looking for group quite a lot.
Like yours,
and today,
Baron von Savage
doing the bounties is probably pretty much impossible. Well, let's see if maybe there's one by accident. Nah. You can see here a lot of some of the guys seems to be maybe waiting for bounties, but you need pretty much a full group for the bounties. And let's take a look at looking for group again. And no one is even asking for the bounties. So you pretty much would have to try and find and make up a group with the people on this map already. So let's go to always go to the wrong side. No, today's not Batman Day. Batman Day was like in September, I think. The bat suit is for the 7th anniversary of DC Universe Online. Be careful, it's only one bat suit per account. So make sure that you give it to not so let me finish for the Batsuit. The Batsuit basically is for the 7th anniversary of DC Universe Online. It's a free gift that they gave to everyone. Right now it's only one per account. I suspect that later down the line there will be an option so that you can actually purchase it on multiple characters. But right now the gift is the only way to get that costume. So I would strongly suggest make sure you give it to the character that you want to use the suit on. And also, it's a suit. It's not just a set of gear. So if you're a premium player, it will raise your combat rating. So if you're a permanent player and you don't own, let's say, the next DLC that you would need to play, you're gonna have to purchase that DLC. If there's any promo codes, I have no idea about that. Stray 6. L'autre une tenue autre que le Flash de Terre 3. Non, c'est pas mal la tenue. Si on joue l'émission de Terre 3, il y a certaines pièces d'équipement qui vont qu'on va pouvoir avoir dans l'émission. Mais pour ce qui est de l'équipement qu'on peut acheter dans Terre 3, malheureusement, c'est soit l'équipement de Johnny Quick, ou si on est Combat Rating 207, ça va être l'équipement de Allman. Ben, ça va être l'équipement de Johnny Quick et de Allman. Almost. So again, oh boy, as far as I know, no promo codes. If there's any promo codes, I'm not aware of.
Saved my life. I'm in your debt.
You don't start episodes. I don't think I will, but you never know. For the episodes, just give me a second. I'll finish this little guy off. Oh, this one too. Why not? He's right there. I have to finish him off. There we go. So for the episodes, let's go up here. You don't start the episodes per se. All you really do is that your character will go up in tier, and as you go up in tier, as you go up in combat rating, you will go up in tier. Like right now, let's say, well, let's go all the way down. Like when you start the game, a whole bunch of missions are free, pretty much up to here, I think. And even then, there might be a mission or two that you don't get for free. It's quite possible. So basically, you would have, as you go up in tier, you already have those missions. But then the hunt and test subject are part of the Origin Crisis episode. So you don't need to do anything. You just need to, as soon as you purchase the episode, once you reach the combat rating for those missions, which is right now combat rating 80, once you reach combat rating 80, you have access to those missions. It's that simple. You don't have to activate anything. Yeah, the flashback is from the Flash episodes. It's Lightning Strikes, if I'm not mistaken. Like basically these missions, the flashback is from Lightning Strikes, and the Gotham Hospital, Riverfront Center, and the Riverside Hotel are from another episode, The Hands of Fate, I think, but I could be mistaken. But basically, anyway, these are part of one episode. The flashback is part of another episode. So as soon as you purchase the episode, you gain access to the mission. But again, in order to be able to access the mission, you have to have the minimum combat rating. So in order to be able to play flashback, you have to be combat rating 43, and you have to have purchased the episode Lightning Strikes, or you have to be a legendary player. So these are the options, more or less. When am I going to do a face reveal? Probably never. I'm not sure. I've been tempted to I should probably make a Patreon and make like the end goal. Like if we reach $5,000 on the Patreon, I'll make a face reveal, which would never happen. So, but I don't know. If I ever do a face reveal, it will be something like crazy like that. Like let's say I start a Patreon. If we reach like $5,000 on the Patreon or Kickstarter or whatever, I would do a face reveal. But the truth is, I don't think I'll ever do one. But never is a really, really long time. So you never know what could happen between now and then. It's hard to tell. Technically, a lot of people have been considering Batman and Ninja for a long time. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people see Batman Ninja as being redundant. It would be like calling someone Ninja. But it's hard to tell. I'll tell you a big secret. You never know if something will be successful. I can guarantee you that. I've worked on many animated TV series, and there were series that we were making when we thought that okay, let's just make a series and we'll see what happens. And there's one such series that I might go back to work on again for like a 25th season or something. There's an animated series that I've been going on for 25 years. We never thought they would last this long. There's animated series we thought we would do 15 seasons of. We did one season and never did anymore. You never know. You never know what's going to be a hit. But also, even if something is a hit, like let's take a look at Batman Beyond, for example, or Young Justice. These series, critically speaking, these series were a hit. But there was a whole bunch of factors, a whole series of reasons that led to those series being cancelled. So you never know. You never know what's going to be a hit. And even if something is a hit, you never know if it's going to be successful in the way that the people making the series intended. Like, let's say Batman Ninja is a hit, but doesn't sell any action figures. Maybe the people doing Batman Ninja were thinking that they would sell 1 billion action figures. So even if Batman Ninja ends up being a hit, maybe some producers would decide that if it doesn't sell enough action figures, it's not a hit for them. You never know. There are people who seem dead set into purchasing the episode. They want to own the episode. Mr. Beast, the name rings a bell, but off the top of my head, I can't recall. Is that a YouTuber? Yeah, I think I may have seen a video or two from him. Although at some point I watch a lot of YouTubes. Basically, I cut the cable years ago. Actually, pretty much a decade ago now. And most of what I watch nowadays is pretty much on YouTube. The lion's share of what I watch is on YouTube. So I most likely watched at least some of what he did. And at some point YouTube was suggesting to me a lot of DC Universe Online related videos. Some did a good job, some sadly there's a lot of YouTubers who only seem to want to complain about DC Universe Online. I can understand if they're unhappy with the game, but it's still it's one of the reasons, I guess, why I try not to talk about things I don't like so much. There's enough people complaining on YouTube right now. I'd rather not be one of those. Oh, someone is looking for friends for the Paradox bounties. I'm not going to do the bounty. I'm feeling a bit lazy today. There's many reasons why we don't have the same cartoons that everyone knows PewDiePie. Come on! I know I'm an old guy, but I'm not that old. We should have one more mission, shouldn't we? I guess not. Well, there is a niche anime market in America, but it's not as big as people think. In the late 90s, they did try to make a big push for anime series or even mangas. And in the early mid 2000, well, early 2000, they came to realize that it wasn't as popular as they thought it was, or it wasn't as mainstream as they thought it was. So anime is still pretty much a niche market in North America. Yes, Black Lightning tonight, which is what I'm gonna end soon. But for the cartoons, basically there was this whole wave at the end of the 80s, early 90s about cartoons being too violent or something like that. So a lot of the people making cartoons decided to censor themselves, or sometimes there was some sort of censorship that sometimes broadcaster would censor themselves, would censor the animated series. Heck, Bruce Timm complained quite a lot about the various restrictions they had because of the censorship from the broadcasters. Well, let's go over here. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why we don't have the same cartoons now that we were since the 80s that we used to have. Yeah, people who don't care about anime, obviously they're not going to watch animes, or they're not going to buy anime merchandises. So Eric, I know you wanted me to do some Age of Justice stuff. Is there anything specifically you wanted to know about Age of Justice? Hello, Mr. MD. But for anime, it's always been a niche market. Again, in the mid 90s, uh, early 90s, mid 90s, a lot of people kind of fooled themselves into thinking that anime pretty much had gone mainstream, or that anime was a lot more popular than it actually was. Thank you, Shurian. It's much appreciated. My favorite movement mode has to be flying. It's smooth. It allows you to go anywhere. If there's an investigation or a briefing you need in a hard to reach place, very easy to get it. There are certain maps that are very hard to navigate with other movement. With flying, you just fly around smoothly. You can fly over NPCs very quickly very easily to avoid them. Honestly, for Age of Justice, I have no idea. Well, actually, I could probably figure it out. Give me 1 second. For Age of Justice, you probably need. Do we have a mission here? Oh, I'm so sad that we had no duo. For Age of Justice, you probably need combat rating 186 or around there. So raise your combat rating. If you reach 186, you should be able to play Age of Justice. I'm sure. I guess I'm overdue for a flash video. Or do you mean those flashes? It's funny you should mention that. I have a video that is in the works right now, where I am actually showing them. But if you mean my actual Flash character, um, yeah, I'm long overdue for a new Flash video. So yeah, I could make a Flash video. Like I assume you mean this Flash. Come on, come on. I assume you mean this Flash. For CR106, CR106, play the Patrol Catastrophe mission. And play that mission every day. Heck, if you do have replay badges, that is the one mission that I would say replay it. I will even show you where it is. Because, you know. So I assume you mean this Flash with these looks. Yeah, I'll make a video about that. I'm overdue for an update anyways. And for Costas, where can you find the best gear for 106? The answer is very, very easy to show you. It's right here. I guess I could even play the mission one before we end the live stream. But yeah, for armor, get the armor you want. That's fine. Obviously, you want the armor that has the better stats. But other than that, if you, the thing I would suggest, I see a lot of people who sometimes they will try to have like half healer armor, half DPS armor, or half tank armor, half DPS armor. The one thing I would say is that choose one or the other. Like either go full DPS. Oh, I don't have my boost. I'm so sad now. Oh well. So either go full DPS armor, or go full hero armor, or full tank armor. That would be the one thing I would suggest. But other than that, get whatever armor is the best. And for the look, you can have any look you want, so it doesn't really matter. So the Patrol Catastrophe is this little mission here. Once you reach combat rating 105, you gain access to this mission. So let's click on it. Let's select the mission just to be sure that everyone understands where we're going. Oh, it's already selected. So you see the little yellow arrow on the minimap. It tells us where to go, so let's go there. And being the Flash, we should go there fast. Maybe. So you have to come in here. Oh, I took a wrong turn. My bad. I play with subs whenever it happens. So I'm not really sure. So you have to come in here. And you see this little crystal. The crystal is in there originally. You literally have to be here. And once you're here, the crystal will appear. No, I don't think you need every single armor. But if you want to have the styles, you have to collect the armors. You have to collect the armor at least once if you want to get the styles. How'd you get dominance up with electric healer? You don't really. Not sure why you would want to have dominance. With your shields, maybe? But also, I guess you could increase your dominance. Well, obviously, the gear. If you upgrade your gear, you upgrade all your stats. So that would be one way to upgrade your dominance. Holy crap, I have to really update the gear of this little guy. So that would be, if you update your gear, you update all your stats. So that would be one way to update your dominance. The other way would be to put, like you can see the blue sockets, you could put dominance in those. I'm not sure why you would do that with a healer, but you can do that if you want to. So basically, if you play this little mission is a great mission once you reach combat rating of 105 to get some pretty sweet gear. And I will even show you all of it. You see those little guys on the ground? You have to be a bit careful if you get close to them. They're not getting up. Sometimes they do get up when you get too close to them. So if you don't want to end up fighting a whole bunch of enemies, be careful which character you get close to. If you wake up too many enemies at the same time, it's very easy to be overwhelmed by too many enemies. So ideally, especially the first time you come in here, you want to fight them maybe 2 at a time, 3 at most, and even with 3, you might be in a bit of a jam. You might be in trouble a bit. Costas, how? Specify how. I'm not sure what you're referring to right now, and I probably missed a part of the conversation. Sorry about that, guys. I don't always see all the messages you guys write because sometimes I'll be a bit focused on the game. So I'm not sure what you mean by how, Costas. How to get dominance? How to? So again, as you see, I'm trying to avoid those little guys on the ground. When you try to activate this console, it says that it needs power. Well, let's wake them up. Oh, the dominance in your gear with mods. Like you see, I have a restoration and health mod here. You could have a dominance mod. So if you put dominance mods in your gear, you are going to be able to increase your dominance that way. Let me show you. Oh, where's my machine? Where's my machine? I'm so sad. Oh, there it is. Ah, crap. So if you look through your research and development station, there's a crafting station in the League Hall or the Watchtower. So if you don't have the portable one, that's fine. You have access to those in the watchtower or the not the league. Yeah, actually there's one in the league hall, or there's the Hall of Doom also. So basically, you would have to craft dominance mods. Like here, you could craft, let's say, vitalization dominance, a green mod for your yellow sockets. For your red sockets, you would have to craft either for the green one, either vitalization and dominance or dominance and power. For the unless you decide to go full dominance, which could happen. I don't have that many mods, sadly. Here again, dominance and power. Anyway, so you could have maybe a yellow. Oh, there we have. So you could have either just a blue mod that's only dominance, a green mod that is dominance and something else, or an orange mod that is again dominance and something else. So you could put those in your gear, and that is one way you could increase your dominance. So once you defeat those little guys are tough though. Don't take them lightly. So you have to click on the machine. Doesn't work right away, and then you have to give it a good whack, and then you restore the power. The thing, why do you have to click on it twice like that? It's so that you don't. You could try and skip those mobs and just click on the machine, but sadly. Seeing how you have to click it on it twice, odds are the mobs will beat the snot out of you if you don't defeat them first. Let's see if this little guy will get up. I thought he would.
I smell fresh meat.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Well, what you could do at 208 is use beta mods. That's what a lot of people do. So use beta mods until you actually have the all-man set of gear. And once you do have the all-man set of gear, then sure, start putting better mods in your gear if you want to. Again, you could push that reasoning a step further. If you want to have the elite version of the all-man set of gear, then you could wait until you have the elite version before you actually mod. So you decide, either you mod only the all-man set of gear, or you mod the elite all-man set of gear, or you mod both. You decide. So basically you have to defeat all those little guys. What I'm showing right here would be a good thing for you, Prodigy. There's this mission called the Patrol Catastrophe. And it's a really nice mission that you can get a whole bunch of gear. Right now my character is strong enough, I could just jump in the middle and defeat everything. But what I would strongly suggest, if you're combat rating 105, 106, 107, just try to pull each enemy separately. Oh yeah, you'll see, once I finish the mission, you'll see what I mean. And then try to pull the boss away over here. The reason why you pull the boss over here is that at some point, there are some robots that will spawn further down the room. So you don't want to be stuck with those robots. Like you see those robots that spawned over there. If you don't want to fight them, make sure that you pull the robot all the way over here, so that you can just fight the robot by himself, as opposed to trying to fight the robot and half a dozen other robots. So once you do defeat the robots, don't worry about the guys on the floor at this point. I think there's some sort of feat involved with them. Sometimes you can pull the robot here aside. Oh, actually, I'm going to be. So you can do the map, the whole thing, without having to even fight those little robots, if you plan it accordingly. So now we're done with this first part of the mission. Let's get out of here. So again, guys, stick until the end of this mission. you're going to see why this is a really good mission. Once you reach combat rating 105, this is a pretty darn good mission to raise your combat rating, at least at this point in the game. And it's one of the few missions that at some point I was using replay badges on, because basically every time you do this mission, you get 2 pieces of gear. You get a piece of armor and you get a weapon. Oh, speak of the devil. Ah. And then you have to defeat those little drones here.
Insufficient. Error accessing data. Recalibrating defenses.
I'm not sure why it didn't give me that drone. I'm so sad. So let's try again. So you have to defeat these little drones here.
Divided across numerous drones within Gotham. Initiating up teleport. Engaged. Uploading location data.
So as you see, you have to defeat 4 drones. Before I forget. I'm not sure if I should keep the back or not. I'll have to give it some thoughts.
Assuming control of unit. Updating combat data. Error accessing data.
So this should be the last one.
Multiverse will become
Oh.
with Brainiac.
One more.
Prepare to teleport. Error accessing data.
No, I don't think the Batman comics will not come to an end. Not after 75 years, not after 75,000 years. There's no reason for them to stop making the Batman comic. The day there will no longer be any Batman comic is the day there will no longer be comics, period. So once you defeat your 4 little robots, it gives you access to this little map here. So let's go in there. Alright, Kaziris. Let's tweak our look a bit. It bothers me. It's a nice back piece, but I don't know. It feels wrong somehow on this character. I could have sworn I had another mod. Oh, never mind. So once you reach this little map here, then you have to go see that little lady over there.
The robots are after my sisters.
And then you have to activate all 3 there's 3 consoles that you're gonna have to activate. Also, ideally, you want to prevent those little guys from being brought. They're bringing those little guys to that middle of the room over there. You don't want that to happen. So if you can prevent it, fine. Also, you can click on the console without fighting the enemies sometimes. So again, you don't have to fight the enemies. If you want to fight them, that's fine. If you don't want to fight them, you can be a bit sneaky and not just sneak around and not fight them. At this point with this character, doesn't matter if I fight them or not. But again, if you don't want to, and also if you free the little Amazons and the cubes, they will help you fight the evil Union Brainiac Union thingy. So as you can see, the Amazons, they're so happy that you freed them, that they're helping you out. Once in a while, the Amazon will turn against you. Oh yeah, it is a big mission, but it's worth it. It's worth every second you spend on it. You'll see by the end of the mission what I mean. Normally I wouldn't have worried about those, but let's help our little Amazon friends, because why not? And then there's a 3rd console that we can activate over here. Usually this console is a bit trickier, the enemies are closer, and there's more enemies around it. So I usually try to weed out at least some of them before I go to the console. And there we go. And usually, once you activate all 3 consoles, you're going to have to go to the map to fight the evil Elite Union RP. Usually before I do that, I grab this little barrel here to help me out. And then let's fight. Let them fight, as Ken Watanabe would say. Alright, let's summon our friend, because why not? I got a bit lucky. So as you can see, when you defeat the Harpy, you get a weapon. Sadly, it's a random weapon, and more often than not, it is not the weapon you're using. But if you're a bit lucky, you should be able to get the weapon that you're actually using. But let's assume that it is not the weapon that you're using. What I would strongly suggest is what you could do. You could use it to raise your combat rating still. So I could go into weapons. I could go into one-handed. And I could decide, let's put 1 point in one-handed. And then I could then click on the hammer. Is it one-handed? Oh, it's two-handed. It's even worse than I thought. So let's go back again. Doesn't matter. We still have plenty of skill points. So again, we go to weapon, to one-handed. So even if you do get the wrong weapon, you can still use the weapon to increase your combat rating. So even though I'm not using that weapon, the weapon is item level 98, so it would give me a weapon that would increase my combat rating, even if it's not the weapon that I'm using. And then you go talk to that little lady over here.
Thank you, but I have one last request. Please report this situation to my commander.
I don't have the new material yet, so as soon as I manage to get the new material, I'll see what I can do about making a video about it. But I don't have the material just yet, so I can't really make a video about that. Sorry. Or if you mean the material this guy has, that's the cosmic material. I've had it for a year and some change now, and I've already made at least 2 videos about it. And the boots are the Phoenix material. Again, also made a video about that as well. So once you're done with the mission in the bottle, you come over here. You can see that little lady over here.
We Amazons are so tough, we sometimes forget that we can be injured like people in the mortal world.
Does she give you a box? Now you have to complete it here. So here you can see once you complete the Patrol Catastrophe mission. Oh, that's 107 now. Could have sworn you could do it at 105. Anyway. Once you complete the Patrol Catastrophe mission, then you can actually choose a piece of gear. Let me repeat that in case it doesn't register. You can actually choose a piece of gear. So you run it once, you get a chest piece. You run it another time, you get the back piece. So basically, you can pretty much build yourself a whole set of gear with this mission, and that set of gear will increase your combat rating. And the mission is not that expensive to replay. Let's grab the chest piece. Where's my chest piece? Oh, there it is. So it will give you a 98 item level pieces of gear, and again you can build your whole equipment with that gear. So you could replay it and replay it and replay it, and before you know it, your combat rating will have been raised. So as you can see, the mission is only 12 replay badges to reset. So if there ever was a mission worth replaying, it was this one, because essentially it gives you 2 pieces of gear, and there's 1 piece of gear that you actually choose the piece you want. So you can build yourself a whole set of gear with that suit. Oh yeah, no, someone was asking about the Druid style. That's where you can get the Druid style if you want. And for the weapon, sooner or later, as you run and run and run the mission over, you will get, eventually you will get the weapon that you're actually using. So worst comes to worst, you build yourself a whole set of gear and you use the weapon just to raise your combat rating. Or best of the best, you actually get the weapon that you are using. Well, that's what the speed metal back does. I have the wrong character. No, I did not watch the Shazam movie. Is it out yet? Bye, Pele. A guide for materials and weapons? Yeah, I could probably make something, a material video at some point. For the bats, that's how it is. Let's go show you some bats. For the bats, where's my character? Like, oh, that looks weird here. I thought I could just show it to you here, but I guess we're gonna have to. Let's load in our Green Lantern. Well, it is, the name is Speed Metal, but it is, basically it's a suit, it's a Flash suit, and it's a Batman suit all in one. And if we switch to group, like technically, as you can see, it works really, really well to recreate the Dawnbreaker, which is Batman mixed with Green Lantern. But technically, the Speed Metal suit, yeah, it is the Flash mixed. That's an awesome Ninja Turtle. That deserves a thumbs up. Basically, it's the Speed Metal is the Flash and Batman mixed together. So it's half Flash, half Batman, hence the bats coming out of the bat. Like as opposed to only having lightning, he also produces a whole bunch of bats as he runs fast. Let's go to. And by some a strange accident, it's also awesome to recreate the Dawnbreaker as you saw. Oh, did I go too fast? Oh, there we go. As you can see, I tweaked the look a bit. I'm not using the entire Speed Metal gear. Somehow much prefer the Black Flash headpiece to the Speed Metal one. But again, the character is a mixture of the Flash and of Batman. So you get a bit of, you get the speed effects from having a speedster, you get the bats from being a Batman type character, and the two works really well together, I think. And I'm sure we'll see some Dracula type character with those bats. We'll see there's a whole bunch of things we can do with those bats. Which reminds me, I should probably make some sort of video about that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So I think oh, the Shazam versus yeah, I saw that eons ago. The animated movie, you mean? Yeah, I saw that. It was awesome. It's one of the better ones they did. At some point, they were making a whole bunch of shorts, and then they decided to put all those shorts onto one DVD, and they added the Shazam versus Black Adam, and it was all kinds of awesome. But the other shorts also are pretty awesome. There's a Green Arrow one that's really good. The Spectre is awesome. There's a Spectre shorts that is so good. I think there's a Catwoman one. Or I may be mistaking it for something else. The one I liked the least probably was the Jonah Hex one. And even then, it was fine. It just wasn't as good as the other ones. But yeah, I did see the Shazam animated film, and it was really awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, I would strongly suggest you watch it. It is worth it. Go get the DVD. You have with the DVD you have not only Shazam with Black Adam, you have the Spectre as I said, you have Green Arrow, you have Jonah Hex, and probably others I failed to recall or mention. So I think that is going to be it for now, guys. Tomorrow I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'll probably talk a bit about. We have a Flash episode tonight, and we also have a Black Lightning episode tonight. So I'm not sure if I'll make a Flash, if I'll play with my Flash character tomorrow to talk about the Flash TV show, or will I make a Black Lightning armory for my multiverse to talk about the Black Lightning TV show, or I'll make some sort of mixture of both. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see tomorrow. Sorry, most. Time to go. We already passed the 2 hour mark. Although sometimes, yeah, we do the live stream all the way up to 3 hours. But sadly, tonight, as I mentioned, there is the Flash, there is Black Lightning, and there might be something else I failed to recall. Like yesterday, there was the Supergirl, but there was also what was there yesterday? There should have been Lucifer, or is Lucifer only starting next week? Anyways. No, oh yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm basically in Canada. Uh, so yeah, I'm over here. It is Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.